for sure that masked gunslinger was going to save the day.
Oh no! Rob put got put in jail for running from the railroad tax loans and giving the money back to the farmers.
What do you say to that, Madam Marion?
Would you like us to hold our horses 1 second?
Hold your horses 1 second. I see someone taking aim at this here target.
Well, he can't win. There's already a bullet smack dab in the middle of the bullseye.
Yeah. Hey, something of a bullet and higher foot.
No, not quite yet.
Yeah. Hey, something of a bullet and higher foot.
Look, it's Rob Hood.
I wonder, what face belongs to those lips I long to kiss?
This face.
Oh! Why, you're Alan Otto. That really long man from the east I was so crazy about. I thought we were all done with us.
Now when I finally found myself a home, a place where I belong, keeping company with the people I care the most about. You came to us as strangers, rid this place of crime, and gave us a new hope in ourselves. That's gonna be one tough act of fire. Well, how's this? Will you be my lawful wife, Miss Nancy?
Oh, yes, I will!
Wide open spaces, everywhere I look I see those wide open spaces where the future waits for you and me.
It's Kansas forever.
And wherever I may roam, I see those wide open spaces and know that Kansas is home.
Put me down, out of my way. This entire evening was shells. I don't know what I'm doing in this show, so I noticed. I was distracted all night, so my some guy in the front row kept waving his hands at me. That was the conductor.
Shall I call a doctor?
No, Boston Hospital's just around the corner. It's okay, she's got a pulse.
That's the first time she's ever kept a beat.
Bobby, Ronnie, can you help carry her?
Why not? I've been carrying her all night.
Oh my God.
Holy Mother in Heaven.
Holy crap!
What? The reviews aren't good? What don't they love?
That we put on a show.
The Boston Globe
quote says, if you love Oklahoma, stay there as long as Rob Hood is still running in Boston.
How about calls to mind Walt Disney's Pinocchio? Because its star is wooden, ought to be hung up by piano wire, and swallowed by the first whale that enters Boston Harbor.
Who said that?
The Christian Science Monitor!
Carmen, you're the producer. I've stuck my profits from last year's 1958 lingerie line to the show. There has to be something in these papers we can use.
Let me consult with the writing team. Georgia, Aaron, does debacle have 2 meanings?
No.
Well, that's a shame. Critics! Who would make a living by killing other people's dreams? I mean, what kind of man would want a job like that?
What kind of slob would want a job like that? Who could be big enough, face stand up, sit enough to want a job like that?
Wait a minute, there's something in the Herald that might be good. Formerly married composer and lyricist Eric Fox and Georgia Hendricks providing film stars as a critical with a star vehicle that ought to be driven off a cliff.
What kind of mom would raise a boy like that?
Who'd want a baby to destroy like that?
Who could be working up, hard up for working up to want a job like that? Oh, what kind of low down dirty thought? Oh, what kind of swinish scurvy scum? Loathsome as they come, I wonder.
What kind of man would want a job like that?
What kind of putz would make you nuts like that? Who could be thick enough, mentally sick enough?
Who'd want to grow to be everyone's enemy? Critics are hated and so excoriated. Tell me what kind of man would want a job like
This! The Cambridge Patriot says, considering the talent and experience of the veterans involved, Robin Hood is sure to be a huge Broadway smash.
What kind of genius has a mind like that?
so perspicacious, wise and kind like that? Far from his mother's knee, she must be thrilled to see how he grew up to be such brilliant company, refined and reflective, completely objective, holding lifts up your arm to be a man like
Son of a...
Yeah, that's all well and good. But the Cambridge Patriot is not the Boston Globe. The Globe is the review we need. Funny, none of them mentioned Jessica's fainting.
Well, she fainted during the bows. When the critics dash out of the theater to dash off their postmortems, let's face it, we've gotten our notices and we've been given notice.
I'm afraid you're right.
No! You two are just oversensitive because you wrote the show. This is only round 1. The first musical my husband and I produced was Savage Out of Town, but we rolled up our sleeves, did a major rewrite, and brought it to Broadway. And that show, my friends, was Kiss Me! I'm Irish! Closed before the audience even opened their playbills, but that's not the point. This is a Sid and Carmen Bernstein production. We decided it goes to New York, not Gerald Grady of the Boston Globe.
So we're still shooting for Broadway.
Aaron, Georgia, you keep writing tunes that bounce. Oscar, you keep writing checks that don't.
Very nice. But until our leading lady gets out of the hospital, who knows what happens next?
Well, they just have her under observation. I'm sure she'll be out by the morning.
Is there no limit?
Sounds like Roger Wexler.
Is there no
He
limit?
got such horrendous reviews.
Is there no limit? I ask you to my unbridled brilliance.
Chris, where the hell were you tonight? I put a lot of money into this show. As our director, I think that...
Oh, be still your foolish mouth. Nothing to be gleaned by watching the show with the fraudulent audience of an opening night. We went for a walk, past the
people of the Holy Cross. Went in. Wildly spiritual. I tell you, those Catholics really know how to throw a party. And right there, in the middle of the Eucharist, I had an epiphany. At this stage in the life of any musical, one should refrain from inventing anything brilliant, but simply remove all that's god-awful. And what, I ask, without fear of contradiction, was the most god-awful thing in this show? Jessica, of course. Carmen, I came here to convince you to get rid of our leading lady, only to find out that she's in the hospital. I see the hand of the Lord in this.
Mrs. Bernstein, there's a phone call for you in your office.
Thanks, Jenny. That's probably my husband calling.
Wait, where was Sydney tonight, Carmen?
Sydney's in New York booking a theater for us, and knowing my husband, also booking a soprano who doesn't dance but knows how to move.
At least she can joke about it.
Huh. It's easy for guys like Sydney and you to joke about marriage when you don't take it seriously.
There's no comparison. I never did more than flirt with any woman in any cast once you and I were married.
Barbara O'Brien?
She was an usher. And that was only after you moved out.
Oh, so you finally looked up from your music and noticed I was gone?
Jenny, you're the stage manager. How's the cast take the reviews?
They decided to dress to the nines and throw a combination opening and closing night party.
Defeatist the lot of you. You get to hear my plan of action, but hear it ye shall. Jenny, come help me watch you move the piano.
What plan? Do you think he wants us going to Broadway using an understudy?
Well, at least we still have Bobby in the title role.
And that's what really matters, right? I mean, the whole reason you teamed up with me again was so that you could rekindle a romance with our leading man.
Aaron, when I signed up for the show, I had no idea Bobby was in it.
Really? Then why at our very first rehearsal did you walk right up to him and say,
Hi, Bobby.
Hi, sweetie. Well, it looks like we'll be heading back to New York a little sooner than we had planned. But if you and I are going back together, it's just one flop. It's a big hit with me.
Eh bien, mes enfants, a brief demonstration of what's been wrong with this show, right from its very first love song.
You mean thinking of him? That's one of my best songs in the show.
One of our best songs.
See, Georgia agrees with me.
Exactly. Georgia, sing our leading lady's opening number.
now, which song is this?
This is the one with the new lyric Georgia wrote about me.
About Rob Hood.
Precisely. Aaron, play. Georgia, sing. Jenny, put her in light blue 5.
Light Blue 5. This is silly. I haven't sung on stage in years.
Just sing.
Thinking of him. Thinking of him. Sometimes it seems I spend every moment of my waking day thinking of him, making him laugh, sometimes making him strong, sometimes making him feel some place in the light is his, telling him just how special he is, thinking of him, thinking of him, telling the truth when nobody's willing to tell him the truth, fighting for him, living for him, thinking it over, that's what I think I do. Well, isn't it time? Isn't it high time? I was thinking of me.
Well done, Georgia.
Gee, finally hear how that song was supposed to go.
Listen, Chris, if you're telling me something's been wrong with that tune since our first rehearsal, you'll have to tell me what.
It's that we ever allow Jessica Cranshaw to sing. Listen up, everyone. I think it's a damn shame our leading lady collapsed this night's performance. She could have done it weeks ago and saved us a month of misery. But the cavity that Jessica has created must be appropriately filled.
May I speak? Well, as Jessica's understudy, I feel terrible taking over under these
No need to feel terrible, Nikki.
Oh, but I just...
No need, because you're still going to be the understudy. To Georgia.
Best interview you've ever had.
Anything's better than Jessica.
I don't know, Chris.
You know the music better than anyone else. You sing the songs from your heart because that's where the words come from. I realize it's been quite some time since you fitted in your tap shoes for writing dictionary.
Excuse me, but speaking for those of us of the chorus, I really think Nikki should get the role. She's talented and dedicated
And if Nikki gets the lead, you get her part.
Oh, yes, that too.
Let's try, Bambi. Either Georgia is in or I'm out. What do you say, Oscar?
Chris, I'll put my money where your mouth is.
Launder it first. Aaron, I assume this move more than meets with your approval.
No, to be honest, it doesn't.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
I have my reasons.
You always have.
Besides, this entire debate is pointless if Jessica shows up tomorrow night. God help us. Her performance is worse than ever this evening.
Jessica Cranshaw will never be better than she was this evening.
But she was horrible.
I know, but she'll never be better. She's dead. That was the hospital on the line. In terms of future performances, Jessica Cranshaw now has a conflict.
Well, what happened?
They wouldn't tell me.
Chris, maybe you should say a word to the company about Jessica?
Well, shall we observe a moment of silence? To match the audience's response to Jessica's opening number.
Chris.
All right. Let's all form a semicircle. Oh, very good. People, Jessica was part of our company, and now we part company. But I'm sure we will all remember her both in our thoughts and in our resumes. And now, as thespians, I know you would all like to display your sorrow, both as a tribute and as an acting exercise. Boris, F sharp minor.
Go tell her fans to change their plans, the woman's dead.
Would someone care to say a prayer?
Might that be
Don't look at me.
the woman's dead?
The woman's dead. She's dead and done. She's blown up, and now our troop is -1. She sang each word the angels heard. They closed
I'm Lieutenant Frank Chalky of the Greater Boston Police. I'm assigned to the Homicide Division next. Oh, it is an honor to be standing on the same stage as each and every one of you! I'm sorry if I interrupt the rehearsal, but let me assure you, I do not want my own work to delay your show from reaching the home on Broadway it genuinely deserves. Now, I saw Robin Hood in the preview, and may I say that, with the exception of the deceased Miss Fairchild, you had such wonderful performance. Oh, what a great score!
Well, I appreciate that, Lieutenant.
And on behalf of my half of that compliment, thanks as well.
You are more than welcome. And, well, I've done a little community theater myself, and... oh, no, it's nothing fancy. Although my sugar trading at the Brookline Farmhouse did get a favorable review, and in A Midsummer Night's Dream, my bottom was very well received.
Wait 1 moment. You say you're from Homicide?
Well, yes. Based on a preliminary autopsy, it's clear that Jessica Cranshaw was murdered.
And what are they going to do with her killer? I mean, does he get some sort of trophy or a Pontiac convertible? Chris, sorry, pure reflex.
What killed her?
Hydrocyanic acid, commonly used in electrotherapy, as well as in the gas chamber in San Quentin. It was in capsule form, which is why no one had realized she'd been poisoned until the capsule dissolved in her stomach, creating her own personal gas chamber internally.
Horrible.
Working backwards from when the capsule dissolved, we know that she was killed in the very final moments of this evening's performance.
Couldn't she have poisoned herself?
Trauma at the back of the throat suggests otherwise. Now, may I ask who's in charge here? Other than myself, of course.
Permit me, Lieutenant. I'm the critically acclaimed director, Christopher Belling, and I'll be blocking your investigation.
Oh, I should hope that's not the case. But if you need to wrap up anything with your cast, please go right ahead.
People, I know you'll all give a jaw to your support as she steps into latest Cranshaw's shoes.
Oh my God, that's brilliant.
As one would expect from me. All those in favor of pressing forward with Robin Hood and with Georgia, give me a show of hands.
That's it? Listen, people, life is full of setbacks and disappointments. As my husband first demonstrated in the bridal suite at the Hotel Taft. But with Georgia taking over the lead, we've got ourselves a real shot! This show is going on! Are you with me, gang? No!
You know, if we leave now, we can make that last train back to New York.
It's clear that every one of you is in perfect physical condition, so the show must go on.
Why?
Because, as old as time itself, there's a grand theatrical tradition that the show must go on. Forget it! I've got a contract! You signed a contract! Go read your contract! And I will count to 10 and then I'll sue you! I'll sue you! And when I sue you, you'll never work again!
Excuse me, but who's the equity representative?
I am Mrs. Bernstein's equity deputy. I must warn you, any further threats and you'll be brought up on charges.
Ah, shut up, Elaine!
The name is Bambi. Mother.
Alright! Let's put it this way! For the backers think I'm asking your permission to let the show go on! The show must go on! The show must go on! Because I say the show must go on!
Oh, crap!
I can't believe I'm hearing this. I won't believe it. Pulling on a musical has got to be the most fulfilling thing a person could ever hope to do. You people, you're heroes to me. You're a special kind of people known as show people. You live in a world of your own.
audience paid plenty to sit there and laugh, hearing you sing, watching you tap. Did you know your dentist longs to be in show business? Your window washer wants to be a star. And though your analyst may never couch it that way,
Analyst couch!
you don't know how lucky you are. Some policemen and detectives dream of show business. They can't get arrested, but still they sit around the station and fancy this life. They cheer Sherlock Holmes and cheer Mac the Knife.
Ask your cleaning lady, don't you dream of show business to vocalize your stress beside a bar?
Her affirmative shrug as she shepherds your rug,
Let you know how lucky you are. There's a special kind of aura around the show person.
just ask the next waiter you meet.
You walk straight through the store, his voice is just grand. He gives you the check, you give him a hand. If the boys in valet parking turn to show business, they might snap a higher ticket for your car.
And my tree surgeon now started taking a bow. A bow! Get it?
Don't you
B-O-U.
know how lucky you are? There's a special kind of people known as show people. We live in a world of our own. Our kids are private persons, they rise and they fall. We're born every night at half-hour call. You can't picture being anything but show people. The millions are the open like a song. Let them up in our hearts as the overture starts. Let us know how lucky we are. Show people! Show people!
You should go on.
Lieutenant, may I speak to you for a moment? My name's Nikki Harris.
Miss Nikki Harris. I heard your bio several times through on the bus ride home the other night. May I say that I found your performance particularly memorable? It was just lovely.
Well, thank you.
Lovely.
Thank you.
I'm crazy about your little run.
You're very kind. Anyway, yesterday, Miss Crenshaw asked me to coach on her lines, and of course I said I'd be glad to
Oh,
help.
that's so like you.
Well, I'm also her understudy. I guess I was. I guess I'm George's now. Oh, but then these 3 letters fell out of Miss Crenshaw's script. She didn't take them seriously, but I kept them. I'm afraid my fingerprints are all over them. They're death threats, see? With the words and letters pasted onto the paper, but with curved little finger scissors from a newspaper or magazine. I can imagine.
You're murdering the score, but I'll murder you. So drop before the curtain does. If you don't quit, you'll die, legit.
Can you tell anything from them?
Well, they seem pretty negative in spirit.
Yes,
sorry. You wanted the Arthur Conan Doyle version? Well, unfortunately, these notes reveal very little. Except that the person who wrote them was in his mid-30s. Was 6'4" in height. Who wore a pewter ring. Served in the Merchant Marines and, despite being right-handed, was known by his closest friends as Lefty.
Oh, however did you know that?
Oh, I don't. I was just saying all that, and I hope to be able to. Wow. You thought I got all that from just. I mean, wow.
Gee, for a second I was impressed, as I once told my husband at the hotel tap. What do you say? We'll all go across the street and have ourselves one slobber knocker of a wake for the late, if less than great, Jessica Cranshaw. Drinks are on me!
Just a minute! I'm sorry, but this theater is quarantined. All the exits are guarded, and, none of you can leave? No, I'm sorry. The cast and crew of this show will be living right here in the theater until further notice. Emergency services will bring in cots and wheels.
Excuse me, but the talented members of this cast are entitled to a day off.
The talented members, and even you, Elaine.
Listen, correct me if I'm wrong here, but Jessica Cranshaw never left the stage in the final minutes of this performance. If so, then I'm very sorry, but she had to have been murdered by one of you. I've never had a case with this many suspects before. And I can't have each of you followed around the clock. Best I keep you under lock and key until I solve this crime.
You're taking the law into your own hands, Chaffee.
Well, that's sort of what I'm paid to do. I mean, that's why I have my own badge and my own gun. Anyway, being sequestered here will help focus on fixing the show.
Fix it.
Goddamn hands off me here.
Who's that?
Sounds like it's my husband, on his best behavior.
I guess he left New York.
Lucky New York.
Well, isn't this peachy keen? Y'all waited up for me. Sydney? Jenny, I'm still in my boat.
Sorry, Mr. Bernstein.
Sydney, it's been a god-awful night. I hear you, Chris. And I'm turning in my resignation. I can't hear you, Chris. I don't know, Boston.
I can't complain.
That's right, you can't.
Welcome back to Boston, Sydney.
Well, hello.
It's me, Sydney, your stepdaughter.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's Bambi.
And the last but not least, Mrs. B, my junior partner and lesser half.
All right, let's get this over with, Sydney.
What, you expect me to be upset? I left you in charge of opening night and returned to find a murdered leading lady, deadly abused, and a bunch of cops who told me I can't leave this theater.
Looks like you arrived at just the wrong time for you, and just the right time for me, Mr. Bernstein.
Excuse me?
Lieutenant Frank Chaffee, homicide. Now, listen up, folks. I want you to go about your day just as if this weren't the scene of a murder. Detective McNichols will be waiting downstairs for your pertinent information. I want each of you to give him your name, address, and the name by 10 glossy. And I'll be speaking with each of you in the morning. Pleasant dreams, everyone.
Lieutenant, I can't be a suspect. I was in Manhattan when Jessica got murdered.
Can you prove that?
It so happens that I happen to be keeping company with a young actress I happen to keep on Sutton Place. If I give you her name, it could ruin her reputation.
Your chivalry is touchingly convenient.
Lieutenant, I have many influential friends in New York City.
Well, too bad you're in Boston.
Will you be needing me any longer, Lieutenant?
No. No. But I do have a couple questions for your boyfriend.
Oh, but I don't have a boyfriend.
Oh my gosh! Oh. Actually, Miss Harris, I'd like to take you under my confidence regarding this investigation.
Why is that, Lieutenant?
Well, because if I don't, then there really be no reason for us to keep talking.
Well then, take me into confidence, Lieutenant.
There's something very wrong here. I just met an opening night cast who seems deadly eager to close.
Well, I can understand how they might feel. Well, they all gave up wonderful jobs and hit Broadway musicals to work up here in Boston. I've never performed outside the city, and Baby's had to fight her mother at every step just to be in the chorus. But the rest of the cast are underpaid and overworked. There was surely not enough to drive any of them to murder.
Keep in mind that I'm within an arm's reach at any time, day or night.
You think I'm in some sort of danger?
No, that was a completely unrelated thought.
Well, you live with danger on a daily basis, don't you, Lieutenant?
Most of the time it's just paperwork and procedure. Detectives have no opening night, Miss Harris. We make our entrance after the curtain has fallen on somebody else's life.
But it's calling, isn't it? Like a doctor or a teacher.
Or an actor!
I suppose you're right. I can't imagine doing anything else with my life. Well, it's not wrong to be married to one's work, is it?
No. No, not at all. Sometimes it's no honeymoon. I love my job. I really do. And if I say so myself, I'm good at it too. I catch the bad guys, well, most of the time. So it's a good life. A perfectly good life. Not exactly sublime. When I finished my work and I crawl into bed, I reflect as I turn out the lights that the day that's to come and the week that's ahead will be lunch counter mornings and coffee shop nights. Lunch counter mornings and